just finished one election. Rather than settle down to govern, we're already looking forward towards another election with endorsements here and there of governorship candidates, of Mr. President, people falling over each other to endorse Mr. President, who has not been allowed yet to do his job for over 2 years, bootlicking at his highest level, decampments, cross-carpeting by governors who won on the platform of a political party, throwing all morals and decency to the winds, and then crossing over to the opposite party because you want to come back. And that's where we are.
It's a very painful
And we are gradually driving, without knowing it, towards a one-party state. And it's a dangerous move if we are not careful. Because in a one-party state, dictatorship reigns supreme. Because everybody will agree. National Assembly pocketed, we agree. Judiciary will be pocketed. And everybody will be saying yes, yes, yes. Dictatorship, absolute corruption, which can no longer be checked because everybody is there.
Well, you see, someone has pointed out that these endorsements, these massive endorsements that have been given to the president, former President Jonathan got the same thing.
Yeah.
And lost the election. Is it possible?
Well,
Is it possible that with all these endorsements, President Tinubu might lose the election? Because you have said that it is this election in 2027 will be, I'm going to coin a phrase, it will be our stomachs versus the president.
Yeah.
So is it possible that the Nigerian people might get to a point, maybe in 2027, where they say, look, we now have to make other decisions. We don't.
Yes, yeah, but that has to come on the platform of a strong opposition. A strong opposition.
Do we have one?
There must be a political party platform that these Nigerians will coalesce into. We saw that virtually happen during Peter Obi's Labour Party.
In 2023?
In 2023.
2027, do we have that sort of option?
I am yet to see. Because the opposition parties are themselves fractured. PDP has its own internal schism. Labour Party has its own internal schism. All the political parties. So with that, with a strategic person like President Bola Tinubu, who has been able to put in place in all the critical sectors of governance, his own people. All of them. From EFCC to DIA, DSS, of course the judiciary, that is providential. That is a Yoruba woman because she earned it. But with the legislature, a National Assembly, firmly under his lock and key. With the Ministry of Finance, Central Bank.
Some people might call that good politicking.
Yeah, well, whatever it is.
An astute politician has boys everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
And puts them in places.
Yes, he puts them in places. So even the INEC chairman that had just been appointed to replace Mahmoud. So I see Tinubu virtually running against himself. That's what I see. I may be wrong. I want to challenge Nigerians to do something to prove me wrong, that Tinubu will not be running against himself in 2027.
Do you agree with Professor Michael Ozekhome there? Technically, if you look at it, the main political parties are all in chaos. Other politicians have all gravitated towards Bola Tinubu and the APC in spite of how bad the government has been. Is it not wrong to actually then assume that with the chaos within the Labour Party, the chaos within the PDP, is it wrong to assume that Bola Tinubu will not be running against himself in 2027? After all, that's their postulation saying that when the next election comes around, there will be no opposition party. You've heard the likes of Akpabio say something like that. They said the South is already falling for Bola Tinubu. So, is it possible that the only guardrails left right now are Nigerians? You and I. By the way, I mean, in my opinion, I still think that Peter Obi still remains the most credible challenger against Bola Tinubu, and is his biggest threat. Not PDP, not Atiku. Atiku is past his prime, way past his prime. And Nigerians need a political party they can coalesce behind. Labour Party would have been the most formidable one. Would have been the most formidable one, but for the chaos within the Labour Party, which Peter Obi then says that Bola Tinubu is the cause of the distraction and the chaos within the Labour Party. He actually says Bola Tinubu's administration is the one behind it. He's the orchestrator and the sustainer of that chaos within the Labour Party. So with all these political calculations Bola Tinubu has made, putting his people in the key financial areas of the country, key position, EFCC, the central bank, the Ministry of Finance, different locations and different positions and different offices, who can stop Bola Tinubu in 2027? Can we as Nigerians stop Bola Tinubu in 2027? Apart from the fact that a new INEC chairman will be taking office, I think in December, which we already know is coming to do the bidding of this current government. I mean, there's a case in point here. If you look at what happened in Edo State, where you had Wike's cousin be the one to orchestrate or organize the election, the gubernatorial election, I think it was last year, you can see the amount of rigging that went into place. Where you have a member of a political party organizing election, where the political party is actually contesting, they're going to win eventually. So what is your take? But with the judiciary already captured, with the National Assembly already captured, with the executive in their own hands, with the law enforcement in the hands of the APC and Bola Tinubu, and they've put their members and their own people in key positions. Bearing in mind that definitely if you're appointing somebody to come and organize an election, the person has to favor you. With the kind of political system that we have in Nigeria, how can you stop this Bola Tinubu? How can Nigerians come out to vote? Don't forget, they're still going to find a way to use thugs as well. It's usually the APC way of doing things. They're still going to find thugs. So who's Nigerians, or who are Nigerians going to be, coalescing behind? Can Nigerians still coalesce behind the Labour Party, seeing that the chaos within the Labour Party is still persisting? In spite of the Supreme Court's ruling, that INEC has not even come out to talk about, to give their final say to say, no, Abure, this is what the law is saying. You're past your time. And Nadi Usman and the likes, form your, go ahead and get the neck and bring out your new leadership. Do you understand? So what exactly is going to stop Bola Tinubu now? So what is the political platform we can coalesce behind? I mean, Peter Obi is there, the Obidient movement is there, there's Shomole Yeshore, there's El Rufai, forming a coalition right now with Atiku and other, and Kenneth Okonkwo, all of them forming a political party, trying to coalesce under one spot, talking to Peter Obi. Do you think with all of this political arrangement going on, you think they can still unseat Bola Tinubu? Which government is big enough to unseat Bola Tinubu? Or is Michael Ozekhome actually correct? Bola Tinubu is virtually going to be running against himself in 2027. Seeing the rate of defection, the decampment that's actually happening in our political sphere, everyone just jumping ship. The last one that happened right now was the governor of Akwa Ibom State just decamped. Even though we all knew it was going to decamp at some point, but it's just completed that decampment now. So what do you think? That's what I'm saying, that 2027 is the fight for the soul of our country. We cannot allow and afford to allow this perpetuation of this corruption that we are seeing within this political party and within this government. Now, it's now so blatant and in our faces that they're so corrupt they don't even care. They're so corrupt they can carry on with the corruption in our faces, and it would not even move them. Do you understand? Do we have a say in 2027, or have we given up? Or we have to keep speaking. We have to keep sensitizing other people. So, I mean, I would like for you to put your comments in the comment section what you think about what Professor Michael Ozekhome says here, where he thinks that Bola Tinubu will virtually be running against himself in 2027. But who do you think is the biggest threat? Is it still the Obidient movement that can stop Bola Tinubu in 2027? Can Nigerians form together, be band together, defend their votes? I know they're still going to bribe people from amongst us to, steal election ballot papers, election papers, and destroy election polling booths and all of that, and use the police to go rewrite election. Maybe turn up the IRF server, and like they've already proposed, not to use a voting ID card anyway, because they need to rig the election by all means possible. So, what is your take? Put your comment in the comment section. Let's have this deliberation in the comment section as well. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you up in the next video. Bye-bye for now.